Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. We are back in St. Helena at the Carnegie Building, the St. Helena Wine Pavilion during the Napa Valley Film Festival. I am the Mutineer, Alan Kropf, here with the fine folks from Taste Live and CellarPass. And the weather has thrown us a curveball, but it's nothing that these brilliant tech masters at Taste Live and CellarPass can't handle. They're on top of it. We are back on track. And we're starting things off right here with Clif Family Wines. How you doing?
I'm great.
We got Bruce here, the winemaker, and we're gonna be talking about what you guys got going on. Let's what we're drinking today is the Kit's Killer Cab 2008 vintage. Right there. This. And I gotta start off with the name because I dig it. I like it. Tell me more.
Well, Kit is one of the owners of the winery, and first year that the cab was made, she tasted it and said, "Man, that's killer," and the name kind of stuck, and so it always became known as Kit's Killer Cab. And then we also do a Zinfandel that is called Gary's Improv, which is kind of Gary's baby because he likes jazz and music, and so the two wines have kind of found their own space.
So you don't mess with simplicity. Stick with what works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Clif name is a name that a lot of people may be familiar with for other reasons. Can you kind of establish the connection there?
Yeah, it's the same people that founded Clif Bar, and so it's kind of been an extension of healthy outdoor living, wine and eating and drinking and enjoying yourselves.
Wonderful. Yeah. And how do those ideals translate into the tasting room experience?
Well, the tasting room at Bello Vino is, I describe it as everything Clif. It's all Clif brands under one roof, and so there's Clif bars, mountain mixes, line of clothing, and of course the wines. And it's a nice space. They've done a great job. There's outside patio where we have events and live music and lots of charity events, and it's a great spot for people to meet and have a good time.
It's located here in St. Helena?
It's in St. Helena on the south end of town on Vidovich and Highway 29.
And there's a cycling theme.
There is. So it's kind of cool to go to. There's a lot of older bicycles and bicycles that have been in the Olympics, and if there's bike races on, it's always on the big screen, and a lot of bicycling groups coming through there. Eventually there'll be a kiosk where you can print out a map of different rides throughout the valley, and I think one time a month there's a Saturday ride where whoever wants to come can show up and they go on a ride to a different spot every time.
And it should be mentioned that our fine production team here is made up of many of the folks over at CellarPass, and you can use the CellarPass system to make free online reservations for those experiences at Clif Tasting Room. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the wine a little bit. What's going on with the juice inside this bottle?
So the 2008 Cab is a blend of Cab, Merlot, Malbec, and Cab Franc, mostly Cabernet since it is varietal, sourced from different parts of the valley. So the Cab is from the northern end of the valley, some from Calistoga, some from the eastern foothills in Oakville, and the rest of it's from the backside of Howell Mountain. And the Merlot we sourced from Oak Knoll District, which is a great Merlot appellation, and then the Cab Franc and Malbec are from vineyards in Oakville. And so, you know, the wine is different every year as far as the varietal composition is mostly the same, but percentages change, of course, and it's usually aged for up to 24 months in French oak before it's bottled. Usually bottled late summer, 2 years after the harvest.
And beyond this bottling, what other varietals do you guys play with?
We do Sauvignon Blanc, we make Petit Syrah, Zinfandel. We're going to be doing a Gewürztraminer this year. I made for the first time, which we're pretty excited about. It's from a vineyard I've made wine from before, so it's a proven vineyard. It's a nice spot up in Mendocino County. And then we have a line of wines called the Climber, which is a white, it's vintage dated, but it's not varietal dated, so it's a white wine and a red wine, Climber Red. And then we're also doing it in a pouch, which is kind of a cool alternative package that is made to take with you anywhere. It holds two bottles or 1.5 liters, and completely recyclable, disposable, and very lightweight.
Beautiful, and the brand's been around since 2004.
That's right.
Can you talk a little bit about your history before coming to make the wines at Clif?
Well, yeah, let's see, my history. Well, I have several clients that I make wine for,
Okay.
and people that own vineyards that want to own brands to people that don't want to own a winery but want to have a brand. And so I source fruit from all over California. I worked for Duckhorn Vineyards before. I started the Golden Eye Pinot label, and you know, I'm kind of old. I've been around for a while.
Okay. And with all that experience, what can you tell us about how the 2011 vintage stacks up against some of the others?
2011 is tough. It's interesting because I get opportunity to go around the state looking at fruit from, you know, Central Coast all the way up to northern Mendocino County, and depending where you were this year, I mean, it was a very mixed bag. Napa Valley Cab Vineyards, I think the ridge tops were superior. The fruit we got from Atlas Peak Appalachian and Howell Mountain, where we now own a vineyard, was the best fruit all year. Valley Floor was tough. It was a struggle, and it was a year where you had to use your sorting table and drop, you know, less than good fruit on the ground, and, you know, be prepared to do different things. So it was a good year to have a bag of tricks because it was pretty tough. One of the toughest vintages in the last 20 years.
Wow. Okay. And then we have a lot of bloggers and Twitterers out there tasting this wine and offering their thoughts on it. What are you getting out of this glass as you smell and taste it now?
You know, it's funny because I always have to write tasting notes for, you know, and you know, it's one person's opinion, of course, but like when I taste this wine, when I smell it first, I get like a big hit of plum and black cherry and leather and soy in the background, and then there's a layer underneath that where I start to smell licorice and dried fruits, and the cherry thing kind of carries through in the mouth. It has nice firm tannins, and I mean, it's perfect for drinking now. I mean, it's ready to drink, so I enjoy it.
And do we have any questions from the Twittersphere or the blogosphere or any sphere in between? Maybe?
Let's see.
Yeah, we got Efren over here, who is the other part of the dynamic duo of the Clif gentleman here, and he has taken over the laptop with enthusiasm.
Wow, it's tasting ready to drink now.
Wow, it's tasting ready to drink now.
Yeah, aging-wise, what would you recommend?
What would you recommend?
What do we recommend on the aging on this?
You know what? I always have a hard time telling. This wine will age. I'm sure of that, and a lot of time that depends on chemistry. But I think the best thing to do is buy a case and drink a bottle every 6 months and decide for yourself. I'd be presumptuous to tell you.
Another question is, where are the wines available?
Where are the wines available?
Well, the first place that you can get them is a tasting room, of course, and there's a website that you can log on to, and you can order online. And Efren, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think from the website, can you tell distribution?
Yeah, you can tell. Minimal distribution for the Kids Killer Cab.
Yeah, this cab, there's only 350 cases of it bottled, so it is pretty limited as far as distribution. But if you go onto the Clif Family Winery website, you can find out places where it is distributed in your location anyway.
Beautiful. Any more questions?
Let's see. Let's see. Nice job, delicious drink me now, Cabernet. Let's see other questions.
Is that someone we know?
The tweeps are loving it.
I think so. Let's see what else we got in here. We had a question of how long have we been producing? And I'll answer that one. We've been actually producing wine since 2004 is when the Clif family brand was launched. And since then, we've kind of come a long way. We've changed the label a few times. And you're going to see pretty soon a really awesome label. That's kind of top secret. You can't see it right now, but...
Well, not anymore.
No, there's a newer label than that.
Yeah, newer than that, Alan.
Yeah, we got it. We got something really cool coming out.
Nice.
Closer. Okay, cool.
We could talk about that a little bit, though. Not the label, maybe, but last year we purchased a vineyard up on Howell Mountain that we're really excited about, and there's 5 acres of mountain cab in a beautiful spot, and last year was the first year we made wine out of it, and it's showing well. And this year the wines, like I said, Howell Mountain appellation was one of the better appellations this vintage, so the wines are showing well. They're just getting ready to be pressed off their skins this next week, and they're going to be nice wines.
Beautiful. Anything else sneaking through?
Nothing else sneaking through. Let me refresh real quick, because just in case it locked up.
Well, we've had some questions kind of sneak through some other segments, so if you guys have additional questions or comments to make about these wines, go ahead and tweet those, email those, and we can forward them appropriately. Bruce Regalia, winemaker, Clif Family Vineyards, thank you so much.
Thank you
for stopping by and hanging out with us. We got much more to come. Taste Live CellarPass from the Napa Valley Film Festival, St. Helena Wine Pavilion at the Carnegie Building. This is for real, folks. This is live. Anything could happen. Hopefully it won't, but we're ready if it does. They already tried throwing rain. It didn't slow us down. Well, it did a little bit, but not that much, because we're still here and we're rocking. So give us just a few short moments and we'll be back with much, much more. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There we go.